Hello everyone, my name is TNG Street Rider, and I am back with another Marvel Heroes gameplay highlight, this time featuring Star-Lord. So, Star-Lord is going to be the newest addition to the Marvel's Heroes roster, and I do want to apologize ahead of time for not putting out a Mr. Fantastic video on time. I do have a new job, I was busy with that, so expect Mr. Fantastic's video out this weekend when I get some free time. For now, we're going to be talking about Star-Lord, who is going to be launching with the celebration of Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And basically, Star-Lord is a ranged blaster character. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the movie. But basically, these are his three trees. He has the Cosmic Outlaw tree, which the Cosmic Outlaw tree, in all honesty, is basically abilities ripped from other heroes. And the mostly his basic powers, like Snapshot. It's just a basic range power, which I'll show you how most of these look. Let's see if we do that now, actually. So Snapshot, there you go. That's Snapshot. His it actually does change based upon a costume he has. If you put his movie costume on, he goes pew pew instead of the bling bling. He has standard dash, jet dash, cryo grenades. You know, a lot of this stuff is not really nothing special really in this tree. It's all stuff that you would expect a ranged blaster character to have, point blank. Although he does have this suppressing fire, which I actually think is really cool looking. I think they did a really good job on that one. But again, it's just a new fancy version of something that other characters already had. So, moving on to Starship Commander. This focuses on, obviously, his starship. So you have incendiary cluster bomb. There we go. So target the ground, cluster bomb. Very simple, self-explanatory. He has a strafe run. If you know what a strafe run is, there you go. You never actually see the ship, just so you guys know, so don't expect to actually see a ship. He has backpedal, just a standard getaway power. His flight, movement power. He has his second passive, which is Starship Uplink. It's really handy if you want to use this tree. I actually maxed it anyway, just to get the extra crit rating and energy damage. He also gets an active if you want to equip it on the bar, but it has a 1 minute cooldown, and it's not. Yeah, you know, the cooldown on these moves is not so horrendous that you'll need to, in my opinion, ever actually use that as an active. Although, you know, it does let him cast his signature multiple times in a row, which I guess is nice, but even his signature, which is Orbital Strike, only has a 25-second cooldown. Again, it's not something that is completely necessary. Moving on to his controversial tree, it is his elemental gun tree. I'm sorry, apparently I can't speak today. And basically, it's like it sounds. He has a gun. I'm sure it will be in the movie. And he gets to equip special ammunition that allows him to fire bullets. Now, this is what the gun fires like normally. And I believe it fires the same on the standard costume. Yeah, it brings out a whole new weapon skin. So go back up to 2. Those are the default weapons. Elemental gun. Okay, so that's his standard shot. That's also his range basic move, his second one that you can get. So it's your choice of what you want to use. As you can see, the tooltip is littered, and there is someone on Reddit who did a fantastic job. I believe his name is Imundus. He did a fantastic job. He screenshotted all of the tooltips, so you guys can go and take a look at that. I highly recommend that. And then here are his special bullets. Now each one does different things. When you refresh the air ammo, you also get a bouncing shot blast, very similar to Loki's blast. It has on a cooldown, but look at this. Now he has a new bar. Elemental ammo will do different effects based upon what you're fighting. So here's the air. Basic attack actually bounces, very similar to a Cyclops move. But when it empties out, there you go, back to a basic shot. Same is true for all of his other elemental attacks. Earth ammo will send out a shockwave, and then it will send out a shrapnel shard that will explode on contact, dealing damage to up to 3 enemies, I believe. Then his water shot lets out, it freezes smaller minions and will slow bigger minions. And then again, you get the water shot, icicle shot, whatever. Now when you use those, he also has fire, which I didn't use because, to be honest, the fire one seems kind of useless to me. Your opinion may vary, but to me it seems useless. I'll go ahead and use that really quick just so I can show you the effect. Cool. So that's basically, you know, his tree, so to speak. And he has these other 2 gun moves, Elemental Barrage and Elemental Blast. They are, again, renamed from other moves. That was the wrong button, sorry. And with air you shoot super fast, with that you do more damage, with that you get to slow, you know, and then you can do the big move, and those also do different effects. As you can see, that freezes in a cone. The Earth Blast will do blasts of damage in a cone, and then the air one is actually a piercing shot. So he has a lot of interesting little cool things. I do prefer his elemental build. However, I know that I am in the minority, and that most people prefer a Cosmic Outlaw and Starship Commander build. I personally think that that build is superior to the elemental gun build. I won't try to lie to you about that. I do, however, have more fun with the elemental gun build, and to me, that's what that's all about. You know, if you're a min-maxer and you want to go raiding, and you know you want to be the best that you can be within Marvel Heroes, then you're probably going to want to go the Starship tree. But I do have fun with the elemental gun. I think it's really, in my opinion, the only thing that sets him apart from being just like the other range blasters in the game. You know, I mean, there's literally nothing else. Other than these cool little abilities, he's the same character as a Cyclops, who would be, in my opinion, a superior range blaster. He's the same. Actually, he would be significantly weaker than a Storm. He would be right up there with, oh god, probably a ranged Moon Knight build, to be completely honest. I mean, he's not particularly powerful at all. I would say his power level is average at best right now, and now I'm not using amazing gear. I've just got purples on, and apparently I still have a gray amulet, or metal, whatever. But you know, this is only a green terminal, so he's not doing amazing amounts of damage, but he kills. You know, he'll be fun. He'll be perfectly fine in Midtown. He'll be able to kill fast. He'll be able to get loot fast, and I think he's a cool character. I really do. He's got little quirks. He definitely has a good amount of one-liners. I don't find them particularly funny, but the voice acting is very good. It sounds almost like the movie actor, but again, highly doubt it is. As you can see, though, I am taking a decent amount of damage even in this green mission, and you know, that's unfortunately one of the pitfalls of the newer range characters, in my opinion. They are very, very squishy. I think they're trying to avoid the Human Torch conundrum that they had, where he was just the best range blaster and that was it. But you know, he definitely lacks survivability, and you know, for me, I find it as a fun challenge. Others will be overly frustrated with it. It's going to depend entirely on how you approach Marvel Heroes, and I can't tell you how you approach Marvel Heroes. Only you know if you're going to enjoy the challenge, or if you're going to be frustrated by it. And you know, that's really the basics of Star-Lord. I mean, really interesting character design. I really like that they tried to set him apart with the elemental gun, and for the most part they have succeeded in that regard. What they didn't do, however, was reinvent, a new hero. His animations are fantastic. Voice acting seems, spot on. I haven't watched the movie yet, as I'm sure no one has, because it's not out. But he seems to be Star-Lordish. I'm not really a big Guardians of the Galaxy guy. I don't really know anyone who is actually either, so I can't tell you how true to the character he is. If we're being completely honest, I can only speculate. And he seems like Star-Lord to me. I mean, in the trailer, Star-Lord seemed kind of like the Han Solo of the Marvel Universe, and he's very Han Solo-y, if that makes sense. He's kind of a smart-ass. He's got really cool guns, and that's pretty much it. And in Marvel Heroes, he's a decent hero. He does damage. He doesn't take a good hit, but he'll do damage. One thing I do want to point out, though, is there is still a lot of bugs in the elemental gun tree, such as activating your gun and the ammo shot not actually going off, but the power will still go on cooldown. That's a real thing, and apparently this patch is going to launch tomorrow, so it may still be like that on launch. I would caution you. I would caution you in using the elemental tree if you want to. I really would, because it's not. I don't know if it's something that will be fixed on time. I think they're trying to rush this patch out a little bit because of the movie coming out, and I completely understand why. Time is money, and they have a deadline. And I think for the most part the patch is ready, but there are still a couple of quirks here and there with Star-Lord's powers that will have to be fixed over time. So be ready for some bugs if you do choose to go down the elemental gun tree like I have gone. Now, on the other hand, if you want to use the other tree, the Starship tree and the basic powers tree, you're pretty much set. I mean, those powers work no problem. And as I said earlier, if you're a min-maxer, they are, for all intents and purposes, vastly superior skills. So that's one way to play them until maybe the elemental tree gets buffed or fixed. I don't know what their plans are. I don't play Marvel Heroes as often as I used to, so I'm not sure how the devs have been with buffing characters and things like that. So here we go. We're gonna go on to a boss fight, and let's see how strong he actually is. Did he just give you a... He actually just gave an in-game tip. That's, Oh wow, it actually froze Kingpin. I don't know. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Whoa. The damage is real. Oh. But you guys can kind of see the gist of Star-Lord, right? Let me call in some backup. Domino, help out. There we go. I mean, he's not a bad hero, but like I said, he's not, if you're looking for the next Human Torch, not gonna happen. It's definitely not Star-Lord. He is fun, I won't deny that. I think he's a lot of fun, but he's just not a particularly impressive release, in my opinion. I do like what they did with the costumes. I think that was genius. I like that the costumes actually are more than just skins, like the 20-something Iron Man skins. but you know, it is another $9.50. I think he has a pack out that should be available still on the Marvel Hero store, but I gotta be honest, I don't think Star-Lord is a hero that I would comfortably recommend buying. I think he's basically a bunch of heroes that we already own combined. And yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on him. That's pretty much as in-depth as I can get. He's fun. I like his elemental gun system. It's something different, but it's not so different to where I would recommend paying for him. I can't in good conscience recommend paying good money for this. I will, however, say though that if you have the extra Eternity Splinters, he is only going to be 400 Splinters, and that is really great. I think you know, if you haven't bought a ranged blaster in a while, if for some reason you didn't like Silver Surfer or didn't buy Silver Surfer, Star-Lord would be a good alternative. He has a lot of interesting moves, and like I said, he has, in my opinion, two viable builds right now. One of them is definitely more viable than the other, but if you're all about having fun, then you know, Star-Lord's a character for you. And I'll give you an up close and personal look at his movie costume. There you go. That's how he's going to look in the movie. Movie should be out Friday in theaters near you in the US. And that's Star-Lord. I'll see you guys next time.